Hello everyone, this is Pat with Empowering by Design with our daily oracle card reading and message for Wednesday, the 23rd of November, 2011. For today's reading, I felt guided to call upon the Archangel Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue, and also I think I may call on the Archangel Michael from that card deck for a special reading. He helped me out yesterday with something. He's the fix-it guy. So I thought I would call on him today as well. But for now, let's call upon the Archangels. Archangels, I call upon you for your message for the YouTube community today who might be watching this video. I call upon any Archangels that may be working with us today for whatever their message is for us. All right, so as I shuffle the cards, there's nothing that's jumping out. So we'll just go through and pick something. Oh, well, this one popped out. Oh, I have cards that are spilling over here. The first one is Archangel Raphael with "Give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burdens." This is an additional message, really a very, synchronistic in synchronicity with some of the other messages that have come out from like Angel's channel, and actually I think Rachel from Rachel Breet Richmond also got this card the other day. So it's a reminder to stop worrying. And if you do find yourself in a place where you're troubled or feeling worried or anxious about something, call on the angels to intervene for help. Give your worries over to them. Ask them to help lift and remove your worries, because it's really important right now to focus on, our higher positive things that we'd like to attract in our lives. And sometimes it does take a conscious effort to shift your thinking over from being in a place of worry or fear to, all right, what's the ideal I'd like to see happen? And imagining the best that could possibly happen. So they are calling our attention to that. Give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burdens. One of the most enlightening things that I had learned when I took my training with Doreen Virtue to become an angel therapy practitioner, I should say one of the things I didn't realize is that angels can really lift heavy emotions from you. And I experienced this for myself personally one time. It was actually at my brother's funeral. I'll just share the story with you very quickly. I was supposed to do a reading from a scriptural text for the service. And when it came time to do that, I was really overcome with a lot of grief, and I didn't have enough composure to be able to do the actual reading. I called on Archangel Michael and asked for his help, and within 30 seconds, probably less, I recovered my composure, my grief was completely gone, and I got through reading the scriptural text with no problem. And it didn't return. I don't think I shed another tear after that. But it was a very powerful example to me of how they really can lift our burdens in terms of heavy emotions or difficulties that we might be experiencing. So really don't hesitate to call on their intervention for that. And the other card that sort of spilled out was Archangel Haniel with sensitivity. So with these two cards here today, it suggests to me that, pardon me, with the energies that are going on right now, the endings and beginnings, we may find that we do feel a little bit sensitive. And what I mean by that is, it's been a little bit of an emotional roller coaster as we've gone through this time of changing consciousness and earth changes. Some days we feel fine, other days we feel like we're crying at everything, or we have these spurts of anger that come up where we feel like unusually angry. And this has a lot to do with being sensitive. We're sensitive to the earth energies, we're sensitive to the foods we eat, we're becoming increasingly sensitive and to the emotions and the environments that we are, that we live in and that we work in. So Haniel offers you a little bit of guidance. She's a great angel, archangel to call upon for sensitivity. She says, you are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. So she's urging you to pay attention to those feelings, to notice them. And, you know, I've found for myself the best way to deal with, you know, emotions that come up unexpectedly is just to acknowledge them and give them their space. Haniel also has a beautiful, like, moonlight color. It's almost like a light blue to her aura, and you can call on her and surround yourself in a sort of a cocoon of her light, and she can help you a bit with that sensitivity. You know, as sort of a buffer, so you know what emotions are yours and what's coming from other people, so you don't take on other people's stuff. And I feel like we're very much about to, astrologically, we're about to go into a period of Mercury retrograde. Pardon me. And we also have a solar eclipse going on, as well as some increased solar activity. And when things go on with the planetary bodies like that, we are sensitive to the disruptions that it does cause. And with Mercury retrograde, there's often a lot of staticky feeling that does make us extra sensitive as we go into that period. And solar eclipses add their effect, and we all know that solar flares and CMEs do have an effect upon the Earth and its energies. So, you know, that's part of what's contributing to and there's a lot more earthquakes going on. So, and as beings who live on Earth, we are sensitive to what goes on with the Earth. So I think that's part of why Haniel's coming in today to, you know, make us aware, just to pay attention to our sensitivity and to honor it and treat ourselves a bit gently, not to be too harsh on ourselves for being sensitive individuals. Now, let's see what Archangel Michael has to say. As I said, Archangel Michael's the fix-it guy, and I had a problem with my computer the other day, and I called on him for his intervention and help, and I got it. And it was the quirkiest thing that resolved the problem, but anyway, I wanted to call on him today and, you know, see what his... Well, the card that's jumped out of the deck is take your time making this decision, okay? Especially if, as the Archangel cards suggest, that you're very sensitive right now. And this also speaks to the Mercury retrograde energies. It's not a good time to jump into, you know, signing contracts or leases or buying spur of the moment electronic gifts. Now, this is different from the angel's messages of taking action on your, I know we had the card the other day that was kind of like a go for it card. And that was probably more for that day. Now as we ease into the time of Mercury retrograde, he's urging people out there to take your time making a decision, which is essentially just a, you know, you don't have to rush. Don't allow people to force you into anything or force you into making a decision if you don't feel right about it. And, you know, to allow it to unfold, okay? You don't have to, it's an urging not to rush through something, you know, to take your time with it, make sure you look at, you know, dotting all the I's, crossing all the T's, and make sure, and to double check things, because oftentimes as Mercury goes into retrograde, there's things that we miss or information that's missing. So it doesn't mean you can't move forward with things. It just means to, you know, like if you're building a house, there's lots of decisions that have to be made about, you know, the different kinds of appliances and light fixtures and countertops and things like that you want. So the card is saying, you know, like take your time making those decisions, okay? Make sure it's really what you want. So that is our message for this um, this Wednesday, middle of the week. And for those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you have a lovely and happy holiday with lots of good time to enjoy around your table. For those who don't, I hope you get some time during the day to be grateful. I'm sure you'll enjoy a nice meal too with your family. But I hope you get to spend some time in gratitude as well. And I am grateful for you, and to all the new subscribers, and to all of you out there who've been leaving the lovely comments on my videos. Thank you so much. And I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Thanks for joining me today. Take care.